Hey, what's up guys, CampingRusher here. Of course, we're starting the video talking about our hand event, the mini live event that's building us up to our next season. Next season, by the way, starts March 8th next week. We're 7 days away. I cannot wait. We actually just had a random tweet from Cypher, who probably knows more than most, and he says, spoiler, next season is going to be one of the best seasons we've ever had. So I don't know if he's just saying that, but again, he probably knows more than the average Joe, so I'm taking his word for it. Get me even more fired up for this season. So we're going to talk about the release time, when you should be online tomorrow for the live event. I do have it playing in the background. We've seen it many times, but like we've said, it's cooler in game. You want to experience it in game. So thanks to FN Assist's math brain, he's been doing all the calculations and everything. And we did talk about it in yesterday's video, but there's a slight update. All the times were off in yesterday's video by 1 hour because they excluded shake number 1. The 5 cracks will fill with lava on each marker. We'll show that off in just a second. And the Fortnite Titan hand should emerge tomorrow, Saturday, March 2nd, and it's either at 1 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Eastern. He says 2 p.m. Eastern is most likely, but if you've got the time, you want to be safe, I'd make sure you're logged in for 1 p.m. Eastern. This does make more sense. Saturday afternoon, this is when they run all the main live events, so I'm 95% sure we're not going to have another situation like we did a couple days ago where everyone's logged on and then nothing ends up happening. Again, the reason that happened is we went through all the first 46 shakes, but then there was a stage 2 version of all those shakes, so we had to go through all of them again. And this will be the end of this stage. Here's what the magma, the lava, looks like in the cracks. I believe we are on, at the time of filming this video, yes, the 3rd crack is just filled with magma. So 2 more to go, and then it's a cool build-up. It really is. There's a lot that they put into this. Then the hand will emerge, and then we've got 6 days, 7 days, yeah, 6 days left as a community to break the chains, right? We all got to go in there, break the chains, drop the chest. The chest explodes and unleashes a lot of bad things onto our island. That's where we are at right now. So, couple other things regarding the hand event before we move on. The first is, I talked about this yesterday, but there's a kill zone, okay? When this live event happens, make sure you stand away because they've updated, as of yesterday, the kill zone is 10 meters. So, I mean, just, you could be exact and try to stand 11 meters away. I would just back it up a fair amount. And I mean, hopefully you're in a lobby where everyone's friendly, not trying to take you out. Of course, there will be those people, but usually it's kind of cool to see during the live events, these mini live events, where you could still eliminate each other, but everyone just ends up being friendly. Again, 95% of people, and then hopefully you team up on the guy who's trying to do some damage and ruin the event. So good luck tomorrow in your live event experiences. There's another piece here, though, regarding the hand I do want to discuss, and this is more leading us into next season. Whose hand is this? We briefly touched on it from a Reddit post, but I think there's more evidence and more likeliness to this theory than I initially thought, and that is the Ice King and the Prisoner being very important next season. And Dusky talks about it. Lots of similarities with both, and one from the teaser, the Hades teaser that we saw, and then also the hand is very similar to the Prisoner's hand in a lot of ways. There's not just, you know, the magma arm similarity. There's a couple really similar shapes that are on the hand, and I'm fully on board. I think for sure this is the Prisoner, and whether it's going to be, remember, we are in kind of a reset storyline since Chapter 5, so these characters can come back and be completely different, just like we've seen with Vengeance Jones, right? It's Jones, but it's not. Or these are just going to be completely different characters and we are reaching and there's no similarities, but I do want to talk about it in case it does happen. I'm okay with either because we do have so many other Greek mythology inspired skins, and to take a couple of, you know, popular characters that we know and love from the past and mix it in with next season, that's not a bad thing either. Cat is now available for the Fortnite crew. Are you a fan of this one? I am. Been a crew subscriber since the start. Well done, Epic. And other news with the crew subscription. After 6 months, if you had the crew for the last 6 months in a row, you have now acquired the first Cosmic Legacy style. And iTalk asked, was it worth it? It's pretty cool in his opinion. And just kind of interesting, right? Legacy, I guess, it has been a long time. We finally maxed out a full 6 versions of these new legacy style cosmetics. I've always said I'm a fan of this. Really, what it means is you get more bang for your buck. If they didn't have these styles, you just would still get the skin and you wouldn't get all the extra stuff for sticking around. Of course, their thought is, why not have these? They want people to not cancel their subscription, and they just want you to keep coming back every single month. So that's why they're basically putting these 6 styles on every single skin going forward. If you own Fortnite Crew as well, you will be able to earn 2 cars from Rocket League because you get the Rocket Pass for free in Fortnite as a free bonus. We've showed off one already because it was in the Rocket League announcement trailer for Season 14, but there's going to be another one. We just don't know what it looks like. Another reason to buy Fortnite Crew to get involved, at least for this month, because especially if you're a Rocket League player, basically gets you the pass for free. If you're going to buy it anyways, right, it's worth it. And a quick update on Fortnite iOS. I have talked about this, but I wanted to add one piece on. The big news is Epic Games confirmed that they have now received their Apple developer account. The company will soon start developing the Epic Games Store for iOS to bring Fortnite back on European iPhone. So Fortnite is coming back to iPhone just in Europe, and it's because of a law in Europe that basically made this happen. And we knew about this. We talked about it right when it dropped. But I do want to point out Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, he is leading the charge in the battle against Apple. Very outspoken about how he does not like a lot of Apple's practices. But he did tweet this when the news dropped a couple of weeks ago. I'll be the first to acknowledge a good faith move by Apple amidst our cataclysmic antitrust battle in granting Epic Games Sweden AB a developer account for operating Epic Games Store and Fortnite in Europe under the Digital Markets Act. So my point is, he is there to commend Apple when they do good things. I mean, like 2 hours later, he started going after some other policy they have. So he's definitely not a fan of Apple, but I do think it's cool and speaks to his character and his focus on the issues rather than just like being a guy that hates Apple. He's given them some applause when they do the right thing in his mind. So I thought I'd point that out just to show both sides of our CEO of Epic Games. Here's some Fortnite concept art that was done by Umishu lovers for Epic Games. It was recently posted on ArtStation. I love showing this stuff off. It was obviously for a previous season, I believe Chapter 3, Season 3. And sometimes it's just cool to see it go from concept art to what we actually ended up seeing in game. Some beautiful drawings, beautiful shots. Big news. Mark Rain, this is co-founder of Epic Games. He always does a word, right? A word that teases the new season. And usually the word is something silly that, because we know a lot about seasons beforehand, the word never helps. It's never anything new. This season is a little different. His word is wings. That's the teaser word to describe next season. And yeah, this is something we haven't heard about yet. So couple things to add on to that. HypeX tweeted about it because September 19th, 2022, we learned from HypeX that Fortnite are working on rideable flying animals. You will be able to boost and idle, and it's most likely what that saddle grappler looking item is for. This was obviously a long time ago, over a year and a half now, but we know they prep things in advance. Could this be finally coming to the game? I think possibly, for sure, with the Greek mythology theme, a winged creature, a winged mythical beast. I'm all for it. I think that would just add so much to this season. And then also keep in mind the chest that we will see underneath the hand that comes out, the Titan's hand attached to the chains. There's a lot of teasers on this chest, right? You can see all the panels there that we've talked about teasing the Battle Pass skins, the images that will appear in the circle, right? There's tons of teasers in there for the Battle Pass. We've showed them all off already in a previous video, but you can see around the circle there are wings there as well. So wings are more important than we thought. And we hadn't even talked about it, even though it's kind of right there in front of us. We hadn't thought about wings until Mark Rain gave us this teaser. So it's nice. We actually get fired up a little bit from something he uses to tease for us, because I feel like it's been years, I think, since any of his words have added something to the hype. So well done, Mark Rain. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe, touch that like button. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.